Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Network Merchandise Shop. Check out our large assortment of logo merch and our lifestyle collection as well. Just head over to abvnetwork.com and click on shop. We are also sponsored by The Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers a fully customizable carrying case that allows you to take your favorite distilled spirits or cocktail ingredients with you. Whether you're looking for yourself, a customized gift, or logo items for your business or event, The Bar to Go can help. Check them out at thebar2go.com. Use the number 2 when you type out The Bar to Go. Did you know Neely Family Distillery now ships its popular distilled spirits directly to you? To order, simply call 859-394-3258. Tell them the ABV Network sent you. And now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we discuss if the traditional highball cocktail is underrated. My name is Miss Beka Sue. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Cailee Baker, Danny Kennard, and Phil Collin.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Hey, everyone.
Hey.
Hey, all. So, yeah, we are going to have some fun today. We're going to be talking about the highball. And, of course, we all know what a highball is. We hear about it. But is anybody ordering them at bars and stuff like that? I don't really see it. It parties? And I grew up in the 70s. And let me tell you something. The highballs were big. My aunts and uncles, my grandma always had to have a highball. So highballs were definitely a thing it's had to stay. It's past its day. But can it make a comeback? So we'll talk about that after the break. For right now, Cailee said there's something she wanted to talk about. What is that?
So after the break in the last episode, I went to go get a cocktail and I started to have some hiccups, and so I needed a snack. And I just, I came back on screen with a piece of turkey in my hand.
I said it was hand turkey. She had hand turkey.
It's my hand turkey. So I feel like growing up, I saw like my mom likes to drink her wine, and when she would get drunk, she would just have the drunchies, the drunk munchies. Uh-huh. And so I just
drunchies.
Yeah.
Well, so the question is going to be, what do you like to go to when you have the drunchies?
Yeah. What's your favorite snack when you have the drunchies?
Oh, I can do some damage to chips, and Doritos would be my favorite. I mean, if there's a bag of Doritos and I'm drunk, I can eat the whole bag and not even remember this and wake up and be like, what happened to Doritos? Well, I ate them all the night before. Yeah. The Doritos are great drunchy snacks, and maybe they wouldn't want to put that into their marketing.
Steve, trying to tell you the truth, mine would be your favorite hated place, but it's Costco's Munchies.
What? Costco?
Yes.
They have like their own brand of Munchies. So you're calling it?
Well, I mean, that's the only place I could find it.
Are you under their spell?
Doritos.
We did an intervention.
Oh, you're talking about Munchies, like the Doritos
like
snack.
Cheetos.
Yeah. Doritos, Cheetos, and all of the above.
All the leftovers.
Yeah.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
The little baby ones. It's like little baby Doritos, and then
why is Costco? They sell it in other stores, not just
they sell it in other stores. They just sell probably the quantity that
giant bag.
Hey, listen, Danny goes through enough drunchies per week that he needs it from Costco.
Yeah, he's so under the spell. He thinks only Costco makes it. So.
Little baby Doritos.
They own Doritos, don't they?
Who's a little Dorito? You're the Dorito.
Yeah. Phil, what's your favorite drunken snack?
Chex Mix is the great late night. Dive into a bag, cures what ails me. I enjoy Chex Mix. Traditional Chex Mix, if you're keeping track.
We've all been on the savory stuff, and particularly snacks, chips, the chip aisle. We've only focused on. Are you the same thing? You're going to go to the chip aisle?
So if I'm at home and I'm making myself a little drunk late night snack, for some reason my stupid drunk brain thinks this would be a lot easier than just making a sandwich. And so I'll get out a slice of like provolone cheese and a couple slices of either ham or turkey, and then some sort of dressing like mayo or barbecue sauce. and then I'll get some chips and I'll crumble them up between all these things that I stack into a pile, and I roll them up into
like a joint,
a drunk roll up, a drunk meat cheese chip roll up, and I'll just
phenomenal.
Because for some reason, making a sandwich sounds so much harder than doing that.
Yeah, no, that sounds.
So I'll just roll them up.
Sounds less messy too. Yeah.
Or I'll just.
You know what sounds better than that?
What
is if you do a pile of ham and Swiss, and then you turn around and reach over there and dredge that in egg, and then crumble up your Doritos, and then deep fry it.
Danny, how the fuck am I gonna do that drunk?
Drunk. Our house, Danny.
Why not?
The goddamn house. The house.
Fry it. It's fine. Just deep fry it.
I'm not deep frying anything. If anything, I need to stay away from any sort of.
Here's an important safety note: when you're drunk, don't deep fry stuff. Do not.
No.
Why not?
That's a terrible idea, Dan.
My solution to my drunkies is just like the easiest, stupidest drunk thing ever. Or I'll just eat some olives out of a jar or
olives.
Pickles.
Dill pickles.
Yes.
This is Steve Akeley from the Bourbon Daily, owner of the ABV Network. Just want to let you know that we distance ourselves from Danny's comments about deep frying when drunk. It's nothing to do.
Yes.
Danny is not actually.
Please use air fryers only when you're drunk.
Yes.
So,
don't
Cailee,
use anything that gets hot.
Yeah, good idea. Cailee, you asked the question. Now, you were eating in our example turkey here, but is that your go-to when you're drinking?
I would say that's not my go-to. I will say this bag of peanut M&Ms that's staring me in the face right now is looking pretty good.
Yeah,
but today, and actually, as bar manager at Leatherwood, I've gotten the choice to choose what we want to cook for our drunk people at the bar. And it's all like easy stuff. It's frozen pizzas and frozen wings, and we just heat them up. And it's just to give an option to somebody that wants to stay and eat. And the people that facilitate this came over and gave us some options one night, and pretzel bites were an option. And I was like, "We're doing it." I said, "Andy, if there's one thing you listen to me, we're doing pretzel bites." And we've sold probably through an entire 2 5-pound bags of pretzel bites in the last weekend because they're fantastic. And pretzel bites and beer cheese are my go-to drunk food. But if I'm looking for something in the house,
you got to be careful when you're getting those pretzel bites out of the freezer, right?
Yeah. Let's not open that wound yet. I'm not fully healed. I was getting some damn pretzel bites out of the fridge, and I just smashed an entire bottle of fresh snake eater that hadn't been proofed down yet, and I was very sad.
Yeah.
I was like 30 minutes after all you guys left. It's all those green tea shots that I gave out to somebody.
All right, gang. Well, it is time to drink. What is everyone drinking? Let's start with Danny. Danny.
Well, actually, I'm going to open a little bottle of a rye whiskey of something special that I bought through the ABV. It's the Angel Share.
Angel Share.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
I still have 2 left besides this one that I'm about to open.
Congrats. That's a hot commodity right now. So we got people. Yes. I've got 3 bottles at my house. They are technically sold. I've got them reserved for Heidi, but other people are asking me about them. I'm like, and Heidi, I tell her, you got to pick them up or I'm going to sell them off. She's like, no. So, yeah.
Well, I just opened it. So
nothing there, Danny.
Nope.
All right. Miss Beka Sue, what do you got?
I have got a bottle of some Blue Run.
Blue Run. Okay. Nice. Very popular.
Ooh, worth the wait.
Audible. It was good. It's the lead for sure. Phil, you're next.
It's better than Audible. I thought that was a pretty good one. I got the Yellowstone Select celebrating 150 years of something this year. So I'm not sure what the anniversary is. It was 150 years since the
Bourbon was
on the market.
Of
not
Yellowstone.
Not of Yellowstone Park. Of the
no, correct. Of the bourbon.
All right, here we go. Oh,
Okay,
man, that was
not
hard.
enough. Beka's got the lead. Kaylee, looks like she's got one picked. All right, what do you got?
I haven't dug into the Weller that I got from the Secret Santa, so I'm gonna do some Weller 107 right now because I'm at that level right now.
Okay. Oh,
yeah, that was a good one.
That's a good one. That's the lead easily. So I've got barrel bourbon. This was a New Orleans Bourbon Festival pick. So here we go.
No, not enough.
No.
Kaylee's got it easily. So she's away.
Hey,
Cheers,
that's
guys.
3 in a row, y'all.
Congrats, Steve.
Cheers.
3 in a row. Wow.
Yeah.
Well done. Cheers.
All right. We're going to take a quick break. And then when we come back, it's going to be time to talk about the Highball. Is it underrated? Is it overrated? Is it going to have its day again? Is it going to make a comeback? We'll do that in just a few. Hello, this is Steve Akeley of the ABV Network. Let's talk about the people who make this show happen. First up is Leatherwood Distillery in Pleasant View, Tennessee. Company founder Andy Lang started distilling as a hobby while serving his country as an elite Green Beret. Andy distilled all over the world during his time in the military and brought this passion back to him in the U.S. when he returned home. A visit to Leatherwood combines Andy Lang's unique distilled spirits and a museum of artifacts from his time serving the U.S. Share a drink with a fallen soldier at their bar where you can grab an acrylic bio off the wall that celebrates the individuals who gave the ultimate sacrifice to protect his or her country. They will also ship their distilled spirits directly to you, so check them out at leatherwooddistillery.com. Hi, this is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network. We're sponsored by the Stave and Thief Society. This is where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge a bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my Executive Bourbon Steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification program available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Okay, let's talk about Neely Family Distillery. In 2018, I met Royce Neely at an industry event. He started appearing on our shows, and we became friends during my frequent visits to Kentucky. Today, he's leading the way for young distillers making their mark on the bourbon industry. A visit to Neely Family Distillery combines family history, a look at what makes their products unique, and of course a tasting through their whiskeys, moonshines, and creams. Check them out at neelyfamilydistillery.com and visit them in Sparta, Kentucky.
Hello, this is Matt Rainey, and you are listening to the Bourbon Daily. One day when I grow up, I'm going to grow a big boy beard, just like Colonel Steve.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we're talking about the Highball.
Yes, we are. So, is there, a place for the Highball to come back? And why I got to thinking about this was we had a couple, almost summertime days here as we're spring, and it's going back and forth, and it does, and not just St. Louis, it goes to a lot of places. It's all over the place this time of the year. But as those summer days are out there, especially if you're outside doing yard work and stuff like that, bourbon never sounds very great to me in a very hot environment like that. So I tend to think of other things, but I thought a highball would be good. So just some ginger ale, some bourbon, and you got yourself a cocktail there. Easy to make, has its own unique glass. It likes a nice tall glass. Do we think that could make a comeback? Do we think the highball is maybe on the verge of?
Well, let me answer your question with a question, Steve. When you craved one, did you actually go and have one?
Yeah. Oh. I had a highball.
All right, very good. I don't see why not. I'm actually kind of surprised by the lack of resurgence popularity that the highball is not having. It seems with the cocktail culture and mixologists using every ingredient under the sun to make the more complicated drinks, that the highball would be a natural fit to start seeing a rise in popularity across bars.
It but could this be also falls a standard one, and then there could be some creativity there too, Phil. To kind of up the game a little bit, that they could have some. But yeah, it's not really. if you think, name your top 10 cocktails, if Highball makes it in, it's going to be near the bottom of that list. It's going to be the 9 or 10.
If Highball makes it in, you're looking at a list from 35 years ago.
Yeah. It is not really a thing at this point, which is it's kind of sad. Yeah. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Cailee, what do you think? You work at a bar. Do you think maybe the Highball needs to come back? Maybe you put it on the menu and see if you can get some people drinking some of those?
I mean, yeah, I feel like I definitely have some people that request ginger ale versus ginger beer. If they're craving a mule but don't really want a mule, and that's kind of what a Highball is. The mule is an evolved version of the Highball. I feel like especially if you're doing it with bourbon or whiskey. So, but I think if I put it on the menu, I think people would order it, but I don't think that it's such a crazy, unique cocktail that people would come running for it.
I think here's where you need to have it. The barbecue day. You talked about having this new partnership with the barbecue truck.
Yeah.
On barbecue truck day, make it barbecue truck and Highball day, and watch the numbers spike. Because people are going to be outside, they're going to be eating it. It's probably warm at that time of the year, and it's a very refreshing drink.
Better make it adorable puppy day too, just to make sure all your bases are covered.
Well, all days that I bring my dogs are adorable puppy days.
Danny, what about you in the Highball? What do you think?
I like occasional Highball.
Yeah.
I feel like I want to go make one just for this episode.
So there's so many places you go into, and you can tell, because I think the standard one that you're going to make is the old fashioned, right? That's the king of the cocktails, particularly from the bourbon world. But you can go into places you can tell they're not going to have a good bourbon old fashioned. It's much harder to screw up the Highball. So if you're like, they can't make a bourbon old fashioned here, I think I'm going to get a Highball. It's a good backup plan to have. In place.
Steve, despite that, one of the rise in popularities have been these Highball machines that they've started putting out, and
that's terrible.
They're really, like Tom Waits, they're huge in Japan, and it's the Highball apparently is taking off there.
Really?
Beam Suntory has tried to push these Highball machine devices into kind of some of the swanky bars in Chicago and LA, and they even had one at the Claremont Distillery for a a while. So someone believes in the Highball. If there's a whole machine out there, they're designing to make a Highball machine to make it drink.
They do push a Highball recipe online. Like when I'm searching for recipes to kind of edit to fit Leatherwood's kind of vibe, a lot of times the Highball from Jim Beam, which is Beam Suntory, is like top of the Google search. So they're pushing it.
I will tell you this. I will be completely honest. It's plain and simple.
Do it.
Go ahead. Yes.
Okay. I ask about the way they make their drinks and everything, but just like I ask how they make their chicken fried steaks.
Okay.
If I'm at a restaurant. Okay. I mean,
you're going to ask,
if it's already pre-done and everything else, or a machine is making my Highball, fuck it. I'm not doing it.
I haven't liked those in the past. I've had and I'm not talking about the seltzer stuff. I'm talking about the Highballs, Beam Highballs.
Right.
What I don't like about those, it tastes to me like, bourbon, a little bit of bourbon and flat soda. It doesn't.
Yeah, pre-mixed. Yeah.
I just don't feel that a Highball needs to be pre-made.
No.
Right. It doesn't.
It's an easy cocktail. You open a. But it is. If you look online at the Highball cocktail, like. There's a lot of different ways you can make it. A Scotch and soda is basically a Highball, and then bourbon and ginger ale is a Highball, and whiskey and some other type of soda is a Highball. So I mean, there's a bunch of different ways that people can design it. But what are we calling the classic Highball?
For me, the classic Highball is bourbon, ginger ale, and lemon, or a lime
and ice over ice
in a tall glass.
Yeah, in a tall glass. That's
but I mean, Scotch and soda is its own different thing. I feel like there's a fine line on all that, but what do I know? Right. I'm not a big cocktail guy to begin with.
I will agree.
But yeah.
Well,
I had a guide once tell me, who was into cocktails, that they use the line a lot when they host bourbon tours, that they think the highball drinks far more like a glass of champagne than it does your traditional whiskey mixed drink. And I think there's
if you go to Wikipedia, I know Wikipedia might not be the best source, but the history of the highball cocktail, it says initially the most common highball was made with Scotch whiskey and carbonated water, known simply as a Scotch and soda.
Ooh. There you go.
Well, you got to, of course, if you're a Scotch drinker, you're going to have to put something in there like that to make it palatable. So I agree. You give me a bunch of Scotch, I'm going to have to get some ginger ale and try see what I can do. I got to go to work at that point and see what I can do to kind of save that stuff. So yeah, heavy on the soda there. So yeah, I agree.
Very heavy.
Yeah, very heavy. The Scotch is. Why do they still make? It's like when you invent something better, you get rid of the old stuff, right? I mean, yeah, right. You don't keep that. You know,
I don't know. I still have my rotary phone upstairs in the living room. That thing works, right?
There you go. There's a guy who does it well.
Everybody has their own palates, you know.
Exactly.
I mean,
I don't know why you would want to lick the dirt off of a desert, but that's fine.
Yeah. But
but if it's good, wouldn't be listening to the show. You got to lick the dirt.
Yeah, if it's good, then you lick the dirt.
We're not the Scotch Daily. I want to remind everyone that's getting offended right now. That's ridiculous. We're the Bourbon Daily. So if I start a show tomorrow called the Scotch Daily and I'm ripping on Scotch, then you got a beef. That's a bad situation. But, I'm a bourbon guy. That's all I know. I don't really know anything about Scotch, and I know there's different kinds, and people be like, I can find one you like. I don't need to find one I like. I like bourbon. I like the fact that I can drive and go see the places where they make it. It's
exactly.
cool to me. It's a pretty freaking awesome that we're making it here, and it's some of the best whiskey in the world, and it's all made here in the United States of America. What a cool thing.
It's the most American we can get, other than ordering a cocktail at Leatherwood.
It's our contribution to distilled spirits, bourbon. Yeah. That's what it is. There you go.
Yeah.
All right. We'll wrap this one up, as we always do, by talking about where people can find us. Kaylee, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
You can come see me out at Leatherwood Distillery, or follow me on Instagram at Cailee Baker or at the Bourbon Bakers.
All right. Danny.
You can find me on Facebook at Danny Kennard.
All right. Phil.
Whatever you do from Kalamazoo to Kathmandu, you can find me at Derby City Phil on both Twitter and Instagram.
Miss Beka Sue.
You can find me on Twitter and on Instagram at Miss Beka Sue, 1K, no C's.
All right, for me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got that company website. That thing's abvnetwork.com. That's the one to look out for. Man, you maybe want to do a little shopping, see what we got in the store. We've got the Steve Akeley action figure out there, so check us out at abvnetwork.com. Anything else to say before we get out of here, Beka?
I'd just like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review that includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. If you like what we're doing, we ask you please visit the Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
All right, gang. Great job today, gang. For audience, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
Farewell, everyone.
See you later. Bye.
Peace. Before we finish the show, let's talk about some great companies that support the ABV network. First up is Moonshine Still Pro. Moonshine Still Pro has a full line of products to help the home distiller. Whether you want to experiment on the stove in your kitchen or you're looking for a bigger setup in your backyard, owner Russell Creed and his team can help. They have multiple still offerings, accessories, and even grain from their partners at Goldstone Mill to assist you in making whiskey on par with your favorite distillery. They can also help you with some fabricated parts you probably can't make yourself if you are attempting a DIY still project. Learn more or order your still or parts at moonshinestillpro.com. Another friend of ours is the Goldstein family at Goldstone Mill. The Goldsteins offer a variety of heritage and heirloom grains to make the finest whiskeys in the world. Plus, they are more than just a grain company. They are truly consultants to make sure the grains they are providing to you or your business meet your highest expectations. Additionally, they work with mills around the country, ensuring shipping is as low as possible for their customers. If you're a distillery, brewery, or even doing this at home, Goldstone can assist you. Check them out at goldstonemill.com. Call them at 217-254-6613 or check in via email at hello@goldstonemill.com.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.